Hi guys, and welcome to my channel. I'm so happy to have you with me here today. This is Olivia. She's one of my best friends, and she's going to talk to you about why it's so important to nourish your friendships even in adulthood and how you can keep friends after you've made them. Today's a little different video for us. This is a chit-chatty video versus the normal lecture style sessions that I do. I thought that'd be fun because I'm here visiting you and we can talk about how to make friends.
Yes.
So when did we meet?
We met about 4 years ago, almost.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say the summer of 2020, like late summer 2020. So
my brother and her dated for a while.
Yeah.
It didn't work out. He moved away.
But it did work out.
I decided to be here because she's
it did work
wonderful.
out. Yeah, and it's been such a fun 4 years with you. Every time we get together, we do something super girly, super fun. Princess playdates all the time.
Picnics in the park. We also want to go to the flower market tonight. Mm-hmm. That's what we have planned today. So we went going to do some shopping, gonna go to the flower market, and just have, so much fun.
Best time. The best time.
I guess that's the one big part of it is that if you want to keep good friendships, you really need to have similar interests. And it's just so easy with you. That's my favorite part of our friendship is that it feels fun and easy all the time.
It's always so light and easygoing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I would say we're definitely high maintenance. Like we require a lot of work and
a little bit. It's
not hard work. It's like it's fun to invest in the relationship and to build and grow closer together. So I mean, I don't want playtime to feel like work. I want to feel like fun and ease. But you still need to obviously put energy into that.
Make effort into it, especially now that we are living.
And we have traveled
300
a lot
miles,
together.
maybe. I don't know.
So you started off in Western Mass, and you moved to Boston, and now she's in Virginia, and we just keep finding time to make sure that we hang out with each other.
I think that's what you need to do in adulthood relationships, whether that's friendships or significant others, even family members. Honestly, now that I'm living so far away from them too, it's like making an effort to see people is really, really important.
When we're adulting, it is so easy to get caught up in your individualistic things to do. I have to go to the gym, I have to go to work, I have to see family,
so many things.
Chores, I have to go grocery shopping, I have to go mow the lawn. I'm tired of just thinking.
You mow the lawn?
No, don't be
okay.
silly.
I was gonna say I don't mow the lawn. But I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yes.
It was just
it was one of the
things I could do.
Yeah. Colton mows the lawn. Yeah, not me. You'll never.
We like this role.
Yeah. But no, I totally understand what you're saying. Yeah.
What do you think is the common character trait that your friends have?
I think what it comes down to is that easygoing energy with all of my friends. Yeah. It doesn't matter how much time has passed between seeing them. Yeah. We always fall back into our same sort of dynamic. Yeah, same sort of energy. We all, make time to obviously text and keep in contact. But when we do go months without seeing each other, it doesn't matter. We always pick up right where we left off.
It feels like no time.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's amazing.
Exactly. Yep. And we also all understand that we're adults with our own lives, with our own responsibilities. So it makes it easier not having that sort of, pressure. I feel like there's some people that friendships are more hard work than they are fun. I don't know. The level of commitment that you have to put in with some people doesn't work for me. I understand that people have stuff going on, and I feel like that sort of balance needs to be had.
I wasn't always really anxious, but there have been times in my life when I was definitely more anxious in relationships, and especially when you really like someone, you want to spend more time with them. So even in friendships, I've sometimes felt like I want to spend more time with them than they want to spend with me, which is hard.
Yeah. That reciprocation is needed.
Yeah. But also, I noticed if I'm not super happy in my life, I started looking for that in other people. So I'm either texting who people will give me more attention, or wanting people to hang out more than they want to hang out with me. And I think for my relationships and my friendships and for my romantic relationships to flourish, I really have to like cultivate this life of happiness and fun on my own.
Yes.
So that I'm not that friend who's like angry that you didn't text
right,
back for 4 hours.
Yeah, no thank you. High school, maybe, you know, but at our age, no way. No way.
Like even
how you view friendships, right? Yeah.
And I become more secure in myself as I go to the right, so I feel less of a need to like pull other people.
I agree. I feel the same way. Yeah. I feel like I was a lot more of a needy person when it comes to not only friendships but like relationships wise too. But getting older, it's like, okay, like I don't need to like seek so much attention from the people that I care about. Like I know that they're there. Like I know that they're there for me.
Yeah.
I know that, you know, they love me, I love them. But I feel like when I was younger, like high school, college, I would like constantly be, I don't know, like feeding into friendships that weren't necessarily ones that I really like cared about. Like I was just kind of, you know, young, I guess. Like young people, that's just how it is, right? You just feed into attention with wherever it comes, and cultivating the ones that are really most important to you. I think that's the distinction you make when you're getting older.
Do you know what I call like that process? Inner circle training.
We know that reference.
We do. But now try to figure out like where someone is the best fit in your life. Like acquaintance, is she a friend? Is someone who's like gonna just be someone that's once in your life? You know, you have to kind of date your friends too to figure out, you know, what you're gonna be. Oh, I want to talk about something. You mentioned your friendships. The core thing that is between them is that they're very easy and playful. And I feel like in my friends, that's not always something that comes out right away. I feel like because I met you kind of through family and I was in a more comfortable environment, it was a lot easier for me to kind of open up and show you myself. But I get feedback from people very often that before you get to know me, I'm very cold. like borderline, you think I'm boring, like you think I hate you, think I'm a bitch.
That's crazy to me. Because you're just so like fluffy and cuddly and just, you know, a sweetheart.
Like, want to go get cookies?
Yeah, right? Literally.
But it's so interesting. I realized that, like, that shell of protection I put around people I don't really trust yet is there because people, like, take advantage of, like, the fluffy, playful energy so much. And
you can't just give it out to everybody.
Yeah, I can feel, like, really strung out and, like, taken advantage of. So I think I set it up as a, like, self-defense mechanism. But I bet you have probably like lost me a lot of friendships because people just assume like, oh, she's cold.
Yeah.
But I've been trying to be braver with bringing out the fluffiness more, but it feels very like vulnerable to be that kind of.
Of course.
Fluffy, I think, is the best way to put it. I think my fluffy personality.
Yeah, because you never know what new people's intentions are, right?
Yeah.
You never know what kind of person they are. If they genuinely want to get to know you, if they want to stick around.
And that takes time.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, and people like to say all sorts of things. It drives me crazy. People say things with intent, but not like truth a lot of times. They're like, this is something I would like to happen. I'd like to see you again. I'd like to do this.
But that effort
I'll
isn't
text
there.
You. Yeah, they'll say tons of things, but then there's no follow through. And I used to get really hurt by that. And
so it was like an empty promise, right?
Yeah, because like I wouldn't say I would make friends with someone again if I didn't mean it. I have a lot of clever ways for like, it's not even lying, like
sure, like letting somebody down.
Right. I try very hard to like not lie, but like but not like lead people on. It's like not.
You can tell the truth without over telling.
Right, so if you don't want to keep being friends with someone, you can say other things to like gently.
Yeah, because you never want to be like rude or mean to somebody that didn't really do anything wrong to you. You get it.
What do you find different with your male friends versus your female friends? And do you even have guy friends?
I do have male friends, but they're not to the same, I don't know, they're not to the same level of intimacy as my girlfriends are. And I don't know if it's like getting older or just like being in like a long-term relationship. I don't really talk to like my male friends that much unless it's like, oh, like I saw something on Instagram or like they posted something and like I left a comment. I don't go like texting many of my guy friends like ever, to be honest. I do have like a few that I do consider like good friends, even though I haven't like spoken to them in a while, like in a deep conversation sense. But I've always been the type to have more girlfriends than guy friends too. So yeah. I don't know, like I work with some guys that I really like. I would consider them like work friends, but again, I wouldn't like necessarily go out of my way to talk to them. Yeah.
This feels like a gentle acquaintance to me versus like a friend.
Yeah, exactly. Like work friend.
Yeah.
So yeah, basically acquaintance. So yeah, I definitely have more girlfriends that I rank like up here.
Yeah. I always find it a bit odd, like if a girl has like mostly guy friends. Like,
yeah, I've never been the type.
I don't want to label it as anything, but it feels odd to me if you like can't relate easily to your gender versus like, I don't know. But every once in a while I run into women like that.
Yeah.
I also find it weird when women can like easily be close friends with a bunch of men, even if they are in a relationship. Because I find that like any kind of close relationship with men like interferes with my relationship.
Yeah.
Colleagues, whatever. Like, cares. But I find that it just overcomplicates my dating life to try to be friends with someone that I'm not interested in. If I send you memes on the internet and we text it, it's probably not anything that's serious.
Yeah.
I have college friends who I still like am in contact with, but we don't hang out on a normal basis, you know? We're just kind of like there to talk to each other, and it's nice to have people around you who have a history with you. And especially like going to an engineering school, there was tons of guys.
I'm sure.
Obviously, I mean, my friends. But it's just not the same when I feel like most of the guys I've been friends with have probably would have wanted something else.
Right.
Yeah. It's a bit of a sticky situation.
Yeah. There's always that like thought in my head that comes around when I do like meet a guy, whether it's like at work or like in the past that I do get along with. I'm like, I hope you're not getting the wrong idea in your head, mister, because...
Yeah, like, so this is actually funny too. The degree to which men at work are like more helpful than they need to be is comical. And
They'll just do your job for you, huh?
That, get me presents, bring me food, oh yeah. Help you down off high objects, oh yeah. I've like never felt weird, but sometimes I just have to giggle. I'm like, I know all the women in these offices are not getting like free cappuccinos because you have to come back.
Yeah, right?
I was talking to someone and they made some joke after, or like making a princess, and I'm like, yeah, everyone knows it.
Hello,
The
newsflash.
men at work know it, my friends know it,
your family knows it, everybody knows.
Everyone recognizes it, and everyone gives me treatment accordingly. I've never had to ask for it.
That's a
we are so blessed. But I don't know, I take it as a compliment. I just, if ever it becomes like uncomfortable, I try to like shut my energy off to them, you know? Because that bubbly, friendly energy, it can run wild, it can be dangerous. Don't let it out. If like you don't want to give someone the wrong idea, go back inside the cold protection zone.
Yeah, right? I feel like a lot of the times in the past, at least, being like overly nice to a guy wouldn't work out.
It gets taken the wrong way.
It gets taken the wrong way.
I have to hold myself back because like, you know, I'm naturally like so nice, and I just like
You don't want to give anyone like the wrong idea.
I know.
Yeah, I understand.
Jealousy in relationships. I have the biggest issue in female friendships with jealousy, but it's sometimes easier just like with men to like have a good laugh and do all of it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I've run into this issue where if a woman is kind of like in a similar stage of life to me, that there's this weird...
There's almost like competition.
There's like a competition in my dating life in terms of how we look, and it's exhausting for me.
Yeah, I can't deal with that.
I find I need to make friends with women who have no reason to be jealous of me in their life. Like, you're in good relationships, you're married, you're like in a different stage of life than me. There's no reason for you to be like weird about whoever I'm dating or insecure. Like, you're all very secure people.
Yeah.
It's hard for me sometimes with people who used to be one of my friends to like be out, be shopping, and to have all of this like
just weird energy, right?
Insecure, jealous, stressed, competitive energy. It's like, I just came here to look at cute sweaters.
Right, we're here for a good time.
We came for fun, not for your therapy session, and not so you could, try to paint.
It's not like you're on like some sort of like dating reality show or something where you're like competing. I don't know.
You're not even dating the same people.
Yeah.
It's just I can't even talk to you about my life because you get so...
Without like the other person comparing themselves, right? Yeah.
Jealousy and female friendships can be hard for me. I felt that in order for a relationship to last, I need to find women who are very secure and very like happy in themselves and are in a stage of life where they're not thinking for whatever reason like we're in a relationship. We never were, but sometimes women are weird like that.
Yeah.
Especially when I was in a sorority. Wow.
I couldn't imagine.
I love my sorority. I'm a lifetime member. I will not be leaving it at any point. But living in the house was maybe more...
That sounds super challenging.
Especially like when guys come over and they're like checking out who you're dating and they have their opinions be inserted into your dating life. It was a lot. Let's talk about your love languages. What makes you feel taken care of in friendships?
Oh, we were kind of talking about this earlier.
I know, I like this topic.
I feel like dating love languages and then friendship love languages are a little bit different for me. I think dating wise, I really, really enjoy, I guess I enjoy quality time for both. Quality time is super important, but I feel like that's for anyone that I want in my life. Like physical touch is super important for romance relationships. For friendships though, honestly, when you make an effort to like do things with me, or even like get me like little gifts. I feel like giving gifts to my friends are just so fun. It brings me so much joy whenever I see something and I think of you and I'm like, oh my god,
she's the best gift giver ever.
Yeah, so I would definitely say quality time, gift giving, and just, I don't know, I wouldn't say words of affirmation, but just that communication, throughout like the week.
When you meet someone new, do you feel like it's love at first sight with a friend, or do you feel like you kind of like have to...
That's a good question.
Get into it and get to know them
That's a good question. I feel like it definitely takes me a while to warm up to somebody. So I would say it takes some time. There have been instances in the past though where I've like seen a girl and I'm like, oh my god, like she looks like super like cool and like maybe we could be friends, but I think I'm definitely one to like warm up to somebody before calling it as like a...
I find my brain goes, ooh, that's an interesting person.
Yeah, right? You like locate them. You're like, okay, so you're cute.
My brain recognizes an interesting thing and it wants to learn more. Yeah. It's not like insta love, but it's like insta interest.
Right, I understand that for sure. Yeah. It's funny because I have had like people at work at least that like have kind of rubbed me the wrong way at first. And then I get to know them and I'm like, okay, like I like you now. Yeah. So I think first impressions are super important for me, but the time to get to know somebody really like makes or breaks it for me. Yeah.
What do you find most challenging about friendships?
I guess now being an adult, it is just figuring out ways to incorporate enough time in all of your friendships.
Right.
I think that's the most challenging thing for me at the moment, especially being away from everybody.
Yeah.
And also I guess the right word would be making new friends. I feel like I don't have like the bandwidth for like new people in my life right now.
So much work to meeting new friends.
Yeah.
I have like a member of the junior league, my sorority, work. It's just a lot of extra time to like go off meeting people and you may not even click with people.
Exactly. Yeah.
So it's hard.
Yeah. Because in my head it's like, yeah, new friends would be great to have, but do I have the energy for that? Do I have the time? Yeah.
I just thought of something else. So we're a little different in this regard. So you have very, very long-standing friendships that have been since like you were children.
Yeah.
Me, I feel like I've grown and changed a lot since I was little. Yeah. There were very few people who are close to me today who are also close to me when I was little. I'm friendly with people like I was friends with in second grade, but I wouldn't really consider them friends anymore. And sometimes I feel guilty for that, for like allowing people to fall out of my life as I grow and change. But I love how you've still like maintained and kept really, really good friends with people and managed to like navigate that change and maturity over. So how do you feel like you've managed to keep those long friendships versus things falling out, school changing and work?
I definitely have had a lot of friends that I've just like drifted apart from, but the few people that have been around since I was like super young, it feels like we're basically sisters. Yeah. So I feel like that sort of dynamic being introduced to the friendship is important for that. Like, I don't know. And I don't know. I feel like I'm still pretty similar to how I was as a kid in some regards. Same.
I am too. I like a lot of the same things. I just tolerate a lot less bullshit.
So for instance, Hannah, who's been my friend since literally kindergarten. Kindergarten. Yeah. I feel like we've always had the same dynamic. Like we've always been the same sort of friends with each other. Yeah. Yeah, she's basically like my sister at this point. Like my family knows her and loves her. Right. Yeah. I think it just depends on the type of person that you are and the type of people that you are around. I know Colton, for instance, my boyfriend, the majority of his friend group, he made them when he was in, elementary school, carried them on through middle, high school. And they're all like super, super different people now. And he struggles like connecting with them at some points because they don't like the same things or like have the same view on things. But whenever they do get together for like some sort of celebration or event, like they always have a good time. Yeah. So I think it just depends on how like high maintenance you are. I feel like guys are pretty low maintenance friends. Yeah, they're just looking to have a good time. So I don't know. I think it's just like making that effort with somebody.
And maybe I could consider people I have high school still friends.
Sure.
In my mind, a friend is someone who is within my inner circle, who I know shares my similar values.
Yes.
Who shares my same like investment in life, who shares my same interests. So I don't really get all those things from people I knew 10 years ago.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I could be friends.
Sure. Yeah.
But I just am not going to have the same level of intimacy because we don't have the same values. Because no one cares like your viewpoint on certain things when you're 6 years old.
Yeah.
Like, when I get older, and I remember meeting up with friends in school, and her saying some things about like relationship and femininity and politics are so off-putting. And that's cool for her. Like, I would like everyone to like be happy and live their own life, but I want energy similar to mine in relationships, and it just
of course
makes my life much more fun.
Yeah, I think being on the same sort of
wavelength, or one brain cell.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. Having some diversity in your friend group, I think, is like important, but at the same time, it's like you need things to relate on.
And you have so little time.
Exactly.
Like, it's cool to like broaden your scope of understanding of the world, but if you only have X amount of time to give to friendships, I want to spend it with people who enjoy being around.
Yeah,
don't
exactly. Yeah. Yeah, and it is cool when you have friends that like share like particular like interests of yours.
Yeah.
And then you can like, I don't know, when you like introduce your friends together, you're like, wow, this is like so like weird, but also cool because this person from like this part of my life is meeting another person from like this later on stage of my life. Yeah.
And they know like the versions.
Yeah, exactly.
Is there anything else you want to talk to me about?
I don't know. I can't think of anything right now. But maybe we'll come back to it.
We have so many good memories together. What has been your favorite thing that we've done in the last few years?
Okay, so go-karting.
Oh my god.
Was so fun.
Wow.
That was one of like the best days.
Some B-roll of that happening.
Yeah, if you're ever in Newport, highly recommend going go-karting on the cliff walk. Anywhere like in the area in the summertime is such a blast.
You'll see the video, but just for reference, they're these little Mario Kart style cars, and they're just two-seaters. They're tiny. They have little flags on the back, and the ocean drive zigzags through all these beautiful houses,
all the mansions, so pretty,
and the ocean's right next to you.
You can smell the salt water.
And they have the kites going, and the music is going in the car, and you just are having a ball. So, that's such a good highlight. I love that.
Yeah, that's definitely one of my favorites.
I wanted to do that for years. I was so glad you finally wanted to do it.
I can't believe the man that shall not be named didn't want to do it with you.
He was no fun. No.
That should have been your sign to kick him to the curb.
Listen, there were so many signs. I'm exhausted. I was young and
fair enough.
Gave too many free passes. Let's just say that.
You know what else is important?
What?
I think whoever that you end up dating, establishing that like ease that you have of somebody that is one of your close friends. I think that is like one of the most important things to have.
Me
like
too.
That comfort, you know?
Yeah, like being friends before like you're actually in a romantic relationship.
Yeah.
But it sounds so stupid, but like you actually enjoy spending time with this person apart from anything physical. Do you just like being with them? And I had been kind of like on the fence for like spending a lot of time with people on dates because especially it's a big gamble. Like if I'm gonna give like a weekend to someone and they're long distance.
Yeah.
I could be stuck in another state with someone who I can't stand for a whole weekend.
That would suck.
That would really suck. But like it's turned out well after the few times I spent longer periods of time with people. I like really enjoyed myself, like became more comfortable with them. But I've been on coffee dates where
you can't
I want to leave the second I'm there. So just enjoy someone's company, be friends with them. I don't even know if that's interest-based because, it's like
it's like energy based.
You enjoy being someone's presence because I cannot have a ton in common with someone, but they kind of like show you interesting things that they like, and show them interesting things that they like, and they're just like the fun vibe that goes on. But I want to go home and just have coffee.
It's a bad call.
It's a bad call.
Yeah, that's no good at all. Yeah, meshing your energy with somebody is so important. Like, if you're clashing from the get-go, it's not going to work. No, it's not going to work. Like, whether it's dating or friendship-wise.
There have been a few times where I blame myself, where it's not that it clashed from the get-go, but I can see my anxiousness, which I've gotten better at, or I can see how me being too closed off and being too in my shell have really hurt things. So, like, I've tried, like, as I get older to kind of let go of some of those things, but it's definitely something that's hurt me in the past.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, this person clearly didn't see me. They clearly, I was so far in my shell, I couldn't tell anything.
I feel like I struggle with that sometimes too, and I feel like it's more so with friends more than it is with my, like, history of dating. I feel like I come off sometimes as, like, too quiet, or, like, shy, reserved than I actually am. And I don't know if I feel like I have more to lose when I'm, like, not trying to, like, impress somebody, obviously, but, like, trying to, like, put my best face on, right?
Yeah.
When it comes to, like, people. But yeah, for dating standpoints, I feel like usually I'm a pretty good, not mirror reflection, but I put on my, like, actual self more than I do with, like, new, like, friend people.
I think that's just, again, like, protection.
Yeah,
like,
right?
Make sure someone's
for sure.
Like, use me or take advantage of me or just on
Of course,
simple,
of course. Yeah. No, it's important to do that because you never know.
Honestly,
you never know.
Like, just trying to keep faith that, like, what's meant for you will find you and things work out the way they're meant to helps me the most to kind of let go and kind of be with the flow.
Trust the process.
Yeah, trust the process and enjoy, because whenever I'm trying to, like, either control how I act or control the situation, it's just exhausting.
Yeah.
It doesn't work out good anyways. That helps me let go of some of the anxiety and helps me become a little out of my shell. I can be introverted, but really not a quiet person. Like,
yeah, right? We chit-chat all the time.
I'm so glad you wanted to do this with me.
Yeah.
I feel like it's going to be long already, so...
What are we at? We're at 40 minutes?
Yeah.
I'm sure we'll cut a lot out though, right?
Yeah, we will.
That's how it goes.
One thing I want you to share with everyone before you leave is, what would you tell your younger self about friendships?
I think I would probably tell myself to stay true to who I am. Never change for anybody. Stick to being yourself. Never put on, you know, a different face for anybody, even if you're trying to, like, impress them. Yeah.
We all have different versions of ourselves.
Yeah.
If you're being something you're not, basically you can't keep it up.
Exactly.
But that's really good advice. Well, thank you so much for being on my YouTube channel. I have so much fun with it, so I'm glad you wanted to share it. She's been great,
that was
right?
Fun.
She's a natural at talking to you guys. So I hope this was helpful for everyone. If you have any tips or tricks on how to keep and maintain friendships, put them in the description box below. Like and subscribe, and I'll upload more videos for you guys. Bye guys, have fun and go make friends.